Welcome again to Highly Questionable. What do you like today, Bo?
We got Guns and Reefer on the show.
All right. Guns and Reefer, two of my Poppy's favorite. Look at him. Look how happy he is. Let's go, Poppy.
Is it fair to make Kevin Love the scapegoat for the Cavs being so bad in the finals?
I'm not sure what we're doing here. This is from The Vertical. An executive told Adrian Wojnarowski's The Vertical that the Kevin Love auction begins with two more Cleveland losses, but I'm not sure why we would blame him any more than we blame Kyrie Irving, given the following. Sean Livingston, that happened to Kyrie Irving because he's really bad at defense too, just like Kevin Love is. And furthermore, Draymond Green is happening because people have to work toward Kyrie Irving help to leave Draymond Green open. I don't know why in the world you would blame Kevin Love more than Kyrie Irving.
Well, I mean, the one thing you have to say, though, is that Kevin Love has looked like he was scared to play. Kyrie never looks like he's scared to shoot. It also doesn't look like he's good at anything else, dribbling and shooting. Like, that's what you're going to get out of Kyrie. They're also better when Kyrie Irving is off the floor than they are when he is on the floor. But saying that you're going to set up the Kevin Love auction doesn't necessarily mean he's the scapegoat for them losing. I do think you can look at that team and realize you can't have a core of three guys and two of them be legitimately poor defenders. One of them will have to go, and that'll probably be the older player, even if he's not that old.
I have an idea. They should trade Kevin Love to the Timberwolves for the Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. That would work.
Yeah. That one's got to hurt.
Should NFL players be hopeful that the league is coming around on marijuana?
All right, Eugene Monroe, offensive lineman. He's been talking to researchers who have been talking about marijuana and the positive effects it could have on football players with things like head trauma and the likes. Well, what do you know? Apparently, the NFL wants to talk to Eugene Monroe's guys. They want to talk to him and see if there's anything marijuana can do to help. There is zero chance that they are coming around, however, until something significant changes with federal law, which is tricky for the NFL because they have to be smart enough to see all this research going on and realize, wow, this could save us from getting sued down the line. But then you got to go square up with Uncle Sam about this, and I'm not sure they're ready for that.
It's easier for the league to be a follower on this than it is to be a leader, even though you should be a leader if you're working in the pain business. And the stigma on this has fallen probably more than any other stigma in America in the last 10 years. I wish that Roger Goodell and the league would be a little more visionary. They don't have to be visionary. It's not actually even that controversial anymore. A little more visionary and give the guys who are suffering in the pain business a few more options.
It's something worth considering. We're in a country where right now people are talking about an opioid epidemic. So why keep giving them that stuff?
I know how the NFL can make this happen. They should move all the teams to Colorado. You know, every city in Colorado should get a football team, you know, so then they'll be able to do whatever they want to do with weed. That's the way to go.
I mean, not a horrific idea. I think he just wants the Dolphins out of town.
There's money to be made, too. The Broncos are sitting on a mint with that Mile High brand.
Colorado Springs.
All right. Yes. The Colorado Springs Eagles.
The Fort Collins Oilers.
How should the Broncos handle this Aqib Talib situation?
There is only one thing that I can imagine that is more Talib than Talib missing the White House appearance because he's got a gunshot wound in the leg, and that would be Talib showing up to his White House appearance with a gunshot wound to the leg. He told us that amazing story about his family being involved in gunplay. Grandma was someone who packed. The uncle in his house got into a fight with his mother. His mother shot at the doorknob over some music. Grandma came down and said he better not tell the police. All of which doesn't answer this question. I don't know how the Broncos should handle this. I just wanted to tell that story again.
I'm just saying, I feel like if you get shot, you get to decide whether or not you want to tell the world who shot you. Like, I think after you've gone through the pain of being shot, you get to make that very decision. What is there for the Broncos to do? Either he's healthy enough to play or he's not healthy enough to play. But the bottom line is I'm not comfortable with the idea of punishing someone for getting shot, even if he did it to himself.
I don't know if I have any advice for him because I never shot myself in the leg. I have shot a lot of other people in the leg, but never myself. So I mean, I can't help you there.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, the good news is you missed that femoral artery. That's when you bleed out.
My entire childhood. Bobby shot another guy in the leg, Mom.
Coming up next on my son's TV show, we pay tribute to Kimbo Slice. Time to pay tribute to our friend Kimbo Slice.
Love this dude. Passed away at 42 years old yesterday. Miami to the bone, internet street fighting sensation. We got to see a side of Kimbo that a lot of people didn't get to see. Let's revisit that. You were a strip club bodyguard. You were a bodyguard for a porn company in Miami. The craziest night that Kimbo Slice found himself in the middle of looked like what?
Oh, man, you know, I mean, you putting it out there like that.
Look, boy, I know that laugh.
I guess you answered the question.
I mean, come on, man. I got my wife sitting over here right there. You know what I mean?
No,
we got to get to that another time.
Like,
you know?
We're not trying to get you to
That's the
snitch on
back
yourself.
right
We want
now,
you to
Dan. Come on, buddy.
Work.
we don't want you to tell on yourself. We want you to tell on other
Not
people.
I mean,
work.
we got to do an exclusive.
Your sunglasses.
We have to do an exclusive, you know?
Right. We'll do it another time.
Right.
On
Thank
a different channel.
That's what's up.
Kimbo, you don't do very much fearing of men, right? There aren't very many situations that you find yourself in where you're fearing another human being.
You know what, Dan, I'm going to be honest with you, man. That's one thing I could honestly say, you know what I'm saying, that I do not have a fear of, and that's of another man. You know what I'm saying? Because we're both men, you know, and I have no reason to fear another man. I create my own kids. I create my kids, you know, with my wife. I mean, I create kids. I create my situations. You know what I'm saying? I'm the start and the finish of any situation dealing with myself. You know what I'm saying? So to fear another man to me will be the weakest in the world. You feel me? You know, and just, you know, with that in mind, to know I'm getting ready for a fight. I mean, that's one thing I would never really even, you know, come across my mind, is the fear of this guy or his skills or his ability. You know, the way it would come off to other people. Oh, he's this and he's that. I don't give a damn what he is. He got to get in there with me, and we got to do this here. You know, so, I mean, it's just the only thing that can happen is that I knock him out or he knock me out. Or I break something on him or he breaks something on me. Heal back, start from scratch, and we go again.
Kimbo, what do you remember about the months after Hurricane Andrew, when Hurricane Andrew destroyed your home as a teenager?
What do I remember about a little bit after Hurricane Andrew? Let me go back into my thoughts, man. I mean, I remember, you know, looking different. You know, the city as we knew it was changed completely. We had boats, buses in the middle of the streets. Trees were down, homes were demolished. You know, it was. I mean, when I first came out of my house, you know, for moving all the debris and all that around, you know, we just went around looking for who would have survived or who you know was dead or whatever. And I remember a lady screaming. One of my neighbors was screaming. It was still kind of raining, and we heard her crying, and we knew she had a kid. So I remember now really going straight to her duplex, and just folded in, and we helped pull her and her kid out, and we brought them back to our spot. That's one of the things we did, like right after hurricane. Right, I mean, in the middle of the eye. I could remember the eye kind of came by, but it was still happening. But we was already out trying to save people.
Can you explain to us how long you found yourself living in your car and what that was like?
You know, at one time I was homeless. At one time I had to live in my car. I was living in my car for a couple of months just because, you know, I had ego. I had a little ego at the time, you know, and I had lost my job, and that took me into another type of life that I had to live, because I started working at the time in a strip club, and I had to become another type of dude. You know, being in Miami at the time, I had to work at a club, and that was around the time I was homeless. So instead of, you know, going home every night, there was no home to go to. I would just park my car around back and just sleep in the car and be right back there at work for the next day. And there wasn't no money in that. You know, we're talking like $30, $40 a night from 5 in the afternoon till 6 in the morning, you know, and you hoping that you will make a little tips by these guys coming in, you know, giving you $1 at the door. You know, how many dollars you think you're going to get? Not too many. So for a couple of months, you know, I was I was homeless, and I had to live a lifestyle, but it just taught me a lot. You know, I knew what I wanted out of life. I knew, you know, I just spent many nights with a dream, a vision, and trying to figure out how I'm going to put this in play. And, you know, it just took one night of took one night of some dudes coming in, and one dude thought he was a bad, and the fight took place. And I guess by all that anger, knowing my situation, you know, it just unleashed the beast. I hope I answered that question, D.
Yes, you did. Of course you did. Hold on just a second, Kimbo. We're going to go to a different camera angle to get my father in here.
Papi,
How you doing, Kimbo?
¿qué pasó?
Nice seeing you again. Huh?
What's
¿Qué
up?
pasó? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Bien?
Yes, mucho bien.
Mucho bien. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. The family, la familia bien?
Yeah, everybody's good. Everybody's good, Papi.
I'm very happy to know that. Okay.
Go ahead, Poppy. What do you got for Kimbo?
This is a tough one, Kimbo.
Okay.
This is a tough one. Hang in there tough. What does Kimbo Slice romantic side look like?
You really?
No, Kimbo.
Oh,
no,
okay.
let's go to commercial. Go to commercial. Go to commercial.
I mean, what are we supposed to do now?
You asked for it.
We didn't ask for it. We didn't know that's what was coming.
He said, yeah, what do you do for your wife, you know, Valentine's Day? What do you take her, you know?
Okay. You don't want me to show you. Okay. I don't show you.
See you later.
I don't show you nothing.
All right.
No, you will not. No, you will not.
Goodbye. Thank you, sir.
Gracias, Kimbo.
Muchas gracias.
Kimbo, make sure to tell Mike I said what's up. I haven't talked to him in a while. I need to see you guys when you get back down here.
That's what's up, man. We got to link up, man. You know, Dan, you're my favorite man. You helped me out with my career. You started me off. You know what I'm saying? You were able to, you gave me the opportunity to let, you know, the world, the viewers, and a lot of my fans now know who I was from jump. And I'll never forget that, man. I'll never forget our first run, our first doing things together. So you always have a special place in my career, special place in my life. So whenever, you know, I'm just a phone call away, you know, it's nothing to come down and we link up and do what we do best.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Always appreciate it.
All righty, Dan.
Gracias, Kimbo.
All right, Bobby.
Highly questionable, this broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. I love Tabasco sauce.
You love stuff that's hot.
Yeah, I love things that are hot.
Spicier
Yeah, good
the
for
better.
you.
The spicier, the better.
That's right, that's right.
You're kind of a fiery guy.
No, I'm not the fiery guy. I'm just like food, that's all. My Son's TV show is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Do you question if Elliott Evans should be applauded for his technique?
You may remember Elliott Avent. He's the North Carolina State baseball coach. Russell Wilson talked about him in that one speech. Anyway, what has he done here?
And the first inning, his first of the Raleigh Regional.
Oh, come on, Blue.
Wow. So, like, is the ump the tallest man in the world?
Oh, that ump is enjoying being
Oh, the spin!
Oh, the spin move.
There we
Elliott
go.
Avent is not done.
Oh, he is letting that ump's navel
I mean,
have it.
what a great move, too. He totally sold it. I'll tell you this, though. It was so much of this little man putting his fingers in my face that I'm trying to take if I'm the ump with that big old chest protector on.
That ump loved lording over Elliott Avent.
That's what he should have just hit him with this one right here.
Tapped him on the bald spot.
Do you question if this guy's athletic?
Okay, let's see. Who do we have here? What do we have here? What guy?
Oh.
Oh, Charles. Fielder.
Swinging a baseball bat way harder than it looks, man.
Before the Cubs game last night. Oh, fielder's choice. That's not a fielder's choice. That's just a... Oh, come on. Charles.
Can't get it out of the infield, Chuck?
Charles. Charles working up a huge sweat with dribblers back to the mound.
By the way, he is actually like one of the more athletic human beings that's ever walked the face of the planet.
I know. He's like 6'4" and led the league in rebounding.
Hey, Charles, You look like J.J. Reddick's son out there, you know, just like him.
Oh, come on, man. That's not fair.
It's not fair to the kid.
Right.
Like, that's who we're really being
Right.
unfair
What
to.
did this poor kid do to deserve this?
Well, why does dad put it on the internet, I think becomes the next question.
Do you question if this guy should have known something was up?
I mean, he probably should have.
Yes.
Vai longe pouquinho para descalcanhar. Não vai quebrar descalcanhar. Tu estica bem o braço para trás e solta. Vai, deita os braços para trás, deita. Aí solta. Vai.
Vai dar certo. Rapaz, ele é melhor do que o menino, ó. Vai dar certo agora.
Vai. Peraí. Solta que eu tô aqui.
Oh, no!
Tá fazendo X. Joga.
Oh, no. This is horrible.
É.
No, no, no. I'm going to laugh at this.
Oh!
I can't believe this happened. I feel so bad.
Look at this! Look how bad Bomani feels! Look at Bomani!
I mean,
Counterfeit!
it's such a dilemma because I hate what they did, but I love laughing at Marks. Right? I mean, he's the ultimate Mark. Those friends, by the way, wildly creative and guys that he's got to stop hanging out with.
I think that's much worse than the guy that fell for the jump rope trick.
Oh, yeah. Right, remember?
You're amazing! You're such an amazing magician when it comes to jump rope!
He doesn't even know they've stopped. Oh, now he's stunned.
Oh, yeah.
River dance, fool. Oh, yes. Raise the roof.
The NHL played a championship game last night, by the way, just so you know.
Time to play the game that hacked the NFL's Twitter account earlier today. See or no?
That was funny. Tell us what to watch on TV tonight. We tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On Comcast Bay Area, Red Sox and Giants.
Yeah, I'll partake in some Red Sox Giants, and I hope that Madison Bumgarner hits in this game, because look at Madison Bumgarner in batting practice. These are giant shots, Bomani.
Well, is this the one?
No, he's got
Yeah, that's the one.
There's the one.
The one.
He's got 13 career homers. He's a really good hitter, the best hitting pitcher in baseball. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I am intrigued, though the best hitting pitcher in baseball might be CC Sabathia. He just plays in the wrong league. I would like to note, by the way, it's corporate now, I get it. They still have Big Mac land at that stadium. Can we laugh at that for a second, given, everything?
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, if they let this guy in the home run derby, they should also let Charles Barkley in the home run derby, so all we can laugh at him, together.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey,
Yeah,
Walt.
there it is. Charles is in the dribble him back to the mound derby.
What mound? That didn't get to the mound.
On Showtime, 60 Minutes Sports.
Yeah, we got Marshawn Lynch talking. Let's see what he has to say.
All this 60-minute bread, y'all ain't took me out to not one dinner. We was right at Taco Bell, and I couldn't even get no quesadilla.
In some ways, Marshawn Lynch is who you think he is, right? He lives his life the way he ran the football. It's straight ahead, it's blunt. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to use the language I want to use. I suspect interviewing Marshawn Lynch isn't altogether different from playing against him. He comes right at you.
If you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't going to be able to take that over and over and over and over and over again. They just not going to want that.
Think there's a deeper metaphor there?
Run through a face.
That is great. Man, oh man, I want more of that. Bomani, are you intrigued?
What time did that come on? 9 o'clock? All right, yeah, I'm wildly intrigued by this. Though I wish he would have done to that man like he did to the woman from The Undefeated who wrote a story about him, which is have his cousins there, and they made her drink straight from a bottle of Hennessy. Like, I'd love to see John Wertheim drinking straight from a bottle of Hennessy.
Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued now. The media cannot criticize Marshawn for not talking. He's talking a lot, he's talking a lot. I'm telling you something. I'm very intrigued about what he has to say.
He's a lot more talkative when he's in settings where he's allowed to say, run through a Walt's face.
On ABC, the second part of a two-part episode of The Bachelorette.
Roll it.
Is essentially implying Chad takes steroids. I don't look at Chad to feel his anger.
When Evan came back up to sit back down, he had to cross paths with Chad, and they had an altercation.
On our grand finale.
What was that? I'm not really sure what happened, but I saw a weird altercation between Chad and Evan.
For my thing, I'm gonna need a volunteer. JoJo, can I get you up here?
All right.
Look, I just want to be straight honest. Like, they know nothing about what's going on between me and you. So I don't think today's about the past. I think it's about the future.
Okay.
And with that being said, that's all.
Ask me if I'm intrigued, Dan.
I turned off my microphone.
Oh, well, yes, I am intrigued. I'm only intrigued because I want to rename The Bachelorette from The Bachelorette to a Herborama, because all that was a studio audience full of herbs. Ask your dad if he's intrigued.
Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. It brings back old memories, you know. It looked like the same thing happened on Dan's prom night, you know.
Oh,
That's
man.
right, the same thing happened. It came back to me, you know.
Which part? The try to get a kiss and it all going badly?
That's right. He turned the chick around.
Was it prom night or last night?
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
I never listen when Dan talks at this part, so I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Gracias. See you mañana.
Maybe we should start playing these clips at the beginning of the show. So maybe we have the whole set for ourselves, you know. That's a hell of an idea.
The ratings will stink and skyrocket.
That's right.